The Tortoise and the Hare. Once upon a time, there was Gugu who had come to Earth and was passing by a forest in his UFO when he came across a wolf who was walking very slowly. It amused Gugu that while it could move around so fast in its UFO, this wolf was barely making any progress with its walking speed. Gugu stopped by the wolf and mocked it, saying that it was wasting precious time by being slow, whereas Gugu could move round really fast. While the wolf felt bad, it decided to narrate a story to Gugu. One day in a forest, a tortoise was slowly crawling its way through. In the distance, a hare saw the tortoise and its pace of crawling. It amused the hare that while it could leap and bounce, the tortoise could barely move a step or two. The hare leapt and bounced its way to catch up with the tortoise and said, "Make way, make way! I'm bouncing through, hey slowpoke, didn't you hear me? Move out of the way!" So saying, the hare made fun of the tortoise for not being able to move fast. The tortoise was angered by this mockery and stopped by to challenge the hare. It asked the hare if they can race to the place where the river ends and see who gets there faster. The hare found this rather funny, that the tortoise thought that it could reach the end of the river before the hare and willingly took up the challenge. It told the tortoise that if it thought it could beat the hare, then he is game for the race. So they got ready for the race, and at the command of ready, get set, go, set out, the hare bounced its way through while the tortoise was struggling to crawl. Tortoise was trying its best and sweating it out, but there seems no way to get past the hare as it was way ahead of the tortoise. After reaching a certain distance, the hare looked back to see where the tortoise was, but he could not see it anywhere close. So the hare decided to take a nap, thinking it will not be possible for the tortoise to catch up with its pace, and rested under a tree. But the steady tortoise did not lose heart and kept moving towards the river. Slowly but steadily, he reached to where the hare was resting, only relieved to see that the hare was resting and had not yet reached the destination. He picked up a little more speed and with all his might and travelled right across the hare. The tortoise slowly crawled towards the river and rejoiced that it had managed to beat the hare. Its joy knew no bounds. At the sound of his rejoicing, the hare woke up and hurried up the mountain in much haste. But it was too late, as Tortoise had already reached to the river and was resting under a tree. The hare felt terrible for having lost to Tortoise. On hearing this story, Gugu realized its mistake and apologized to the wolf for having ridiculed it. The wolf forgives Gugu, saying that it is important to remember that one should be steady, though slow, and if that is the case, winning a race will not be a challenge.